What's going on, everybody? It's Lone Star Cards here. Today we're gonna not do a pack opening or a rip, but we're gonna talk a little bit about how I collect, why I collect, uh, what are my options as far as selling goes, because I obviously open a lot of product, but I'm not in the card stuff to make money. I've been doing card collecting since I was a kid. I used to walk with my grandma to the card shop, and I have very fond memories of us going down there, and we'd go in and I could spend my allowance, and she would let me buy whatever I wanted inside the card shop. So it goes back to when I was a little guy. Today we're going to talk a little bit about which grading card company to choose. So I haven't always been into graded cards or anything like that, but I will say that when it comes to grading cards, I think personally I lean a little bit more on the side of SGC. I know PSA has all the big money and resale value, but I'm going to give you a couple examples. We're going to look here. So this card here, okay, Jackson Trio, 8. I don't know if you guys can see. It's a little bit hard to tell. Came back a PSA 8, right? I specifically bought this card to grade. I bought it raw, sent it to PSA for when he goes to the MLB so I can post it, and not to make money, but to offset the cost of my personal collection. So a card like this, let's say it's a PSA 10, right? So here's the 8. Oh, wait. Here's the 10. This is what I'm talking about. There's like not much difference in the two cards. When I'm looking at them, I would say the corners on the 10 are worse than the corners on the 8. However, the 8's a little bit off center compared to the 10. But PSA is supposed to be lenient on centering, tough on corners. So to me, it doesn't make sense. The inconsistency of grading, like this card here. This one is for my personal collection. Whenever I send an order out, I always try to pick 2-3 cards to put in my PC. I'm a Boston Red Sox fan, right? There, see? That's a Ted Williams jersey. Boston Red Sox fan, okay? This card came back an 8. Corners are good. Centering is amazing. And the inconsistency of grading for the cost and the time. See, the thing is when we talk about cost, a lot of times we talk about money, right? But really, the one thing you can't ever get back is time. So you send these cards off, they might be gone for 3 months, 4 months before they ever come back, right? And how disappointing is it to send it off for a long period of time for a card like that to come back? The problem is I pre-screen everything. I wipe everything down. I check it. I choose the cards that I think are going to get 9s or 10s, right? I use a magnifying glass, a centering tool, microfiber cloth. I do all of that stuff before I send my cards in because it's a large investment. Even on something simple like a bulk order submission of PSA, that's going to cost you $400. That's if all the cards are less than $500 in value. Now, conversely, let's look at SGC. I've done 3 orders to PSA, 2 orders to SGC. Now I got a fly flying around because PSA stinks like poop, right? So here we go. So conversely, the consistency of grading, SGC, right here, 10. Now, some people will say, there's another one, Corbin Carroll. NL Rookie of the Year, played in the World Series, right? I picked 2 World Series rookies right there to show you guys. both 10s, flagship cards. Hey, that's great. Like, I sent off like 5 or 6 of those carols, and they all come back 10, right? So, for me, I'm planning on, I think moving forward, I'm planning on using SGC, because here's the other thing. You send your cards to SGC, the slabs are nice. They've got the black border, so the card color pops, right? They just put out their app where you can see pop counts, everything, right? You punch in the card, you pull it up, it's right there. You can see it. So even when I'm listing stuff that I'm trying to move so I can offset the cost of what I'm spending on my personal collection, I can list a photo of the front of the card, the back of the card, and I can even take a picture of the pop count straight from SGC. Boom, put it in there. So when you say, hey, low pop on a card, they can look right there at the picture and see, oh, when this picture was taken, there was 15 of these, and that's it, right? So I'm really liking the way that SGC is advancing their stuff. I think that's really where they were lacking, was your ability to check cards, look at cards. Well, everybody uses their phones for everything. You put that thing on the app now, and you just punch in the code for the card. It pulls it up. It pulls up images of the card. It's really good. It'll pull up the images of the card right away, and shows the pop counts, all that stuff. My big thing is, I'm not doing this to make money, right? Like, I have income, but I want to spend my income on the things that I like. And I don't see the value in taking some cards, sending them to PSA, because the thing is I love to open cards, right? Like, is that a great value in for a personal collector? No, right? Because there's tons of cards that I don't actually collect, but I like ripping the pack, opening them up, looking at them, right? And then picking the ones that I want. But I still get great cards. Look, I got this, right? I got this, and sent that off at the beginning of the season, and then this comes, right? Great card. Not somebody I collect, right? So I want that to get in the hands of somebody who does collect it. So I put it on eBay, and I sell it, and I'm not in a hurry to move any of my stuff, and I try to be really reasonable with my pricing. So like that card, I just listed on eBay. It's an Aaron Judge on-card auto, 88 throwback, right, from Top Series 1. I pulled the redemption on video. I submitted it. I waited for it to come. It came like a month ago. And then now I'm selling the on-card Aaron Judge auto with the redemption on eBay, right? I should get a fair price for it. I think I got it listed for about $225, which I'm selling the card with the redemption card that was used to acquire that card. So that's kind of a little bit of a niche or unique thing. So I want that card to get in the hands of somebody who collects Aaron Judge, who loves the Yankees, who that's what the hobby's all about, right? And then at the same time, I can take that money that I make from the sale of that card. Am I going to go make a car payment with it? No. I'm going to take that $225 and I'm going to go buy, right now I'm in hockey, right? Or maybe I'll go buy some Josh Allen stuff, right? Because the thing is we have to collect what we love, right? That's why we collect. You can't collect everything. If you collect everything, it'll be disorganized and a mess. So I don't know. I've been debating. I'm going to be sending out a really large order probably in the next 2 months, and it's really weighing on me. Do I send to SGC or do I send to PSA? I know if I send to SGC, currently it's $15 a card, right? And those cards will be back at my house in 2 weeks. And the consistency of the grade, like, I know the cards I send out to SGC are not going to come back anything lower than a 9. the crapshoot that is at PSA, like, I don't understand. I don't understand what they're doing over there. Um, it'll be like 10, 10, 10, 9, 6. Like, where the heck did we get a 6 from? You know? And I've seen tons of people posting videos about that, and that's got to change, right? Like, especially with the way PSA does their business. Like, when you ship to SGC, you pay your fee up front. So you pay when you, like, I send my cards out, I pay, right? It's already paid for when it goes there. And then it comes back in 2 weeks, it's done, right? You send your stuff to PSA, and they're so daggone money hungry that they'll take months to grade your cards, and then they don't charge you until they're ready to send your cards back. So you're just sitting there doing whatever, and maybe you have yourself budgeted out or whatnot, and then next thing you know, boom, $400, $500 hits your bank account because PSA just decided that they're going to ship your cards back now because they've been sitting in the vault for however long. I don't know. I'm just not happy with the way PSA does things, and because I'm in this to collect, I don't know if I'm going to be giving PSA any more of my business. Like, and I'm looking at probably sending out another easy 100 cards in the next 2 months, right? Like, I've got quite a bit of cards to send out. Most of them are my PC cards, right? So they're going to be Josh Allen's, Sam Howell's, autographs, right? Rookies, autographs, different ones of that. Hockey, I'm collecting Mason McTavish, right? I'm a big Ducks guy. I think Mason McTavish is going to be good, but I also like other Young Gun cards and stuff like that. So I got a nice Mason McTavish auto. I have some patch cards, stuff like that. Like, I'm sitting on probably 100 plus cards that need to go off. That's, if at $15 a card, that's $1,500 in grading fees, right? So when it comes back, I want them to be 9s, 9.5s, 10s, right? I'm not going to send everything that I have out. I understand that. Some stuff, when I look at it, I'm like, oh, I don't like the centering on this. Oh, there's some surface issues. Oh, there's a ding corner. I don't even send those cards out. So the stuff I send out, I fully expect to come back graded well. So those are my thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think. SGC, PSA. I do like the black. I wish there was a way that SGC could make some headway in the hobby. They do everything the right way, and people still use PSA. It's crazy to me. Like, everything SGC does is the right way, and then people just are like, yeah, well, it's not PSA, so I don't want to pay premium price. Well, for me, because I'm a collector, I don't really care, right? Like, I'd rather give my business to somebody who I feel has earned it than give my business to somebody just because everybody's like, oh, that's who you got to use, because that doesn't sit well with me. So my knocks on PSA right now: inconsistency of grading, length of time it takes to get your stuff back, and the way that their system is managed to where you don't get they charge your card at the end, right? Because if they give you a 10, right, it's like, if they give you a 10 on a valuable card, then we're going to charge you more money. That's why they don't charge you till the end. Whereas SGC is like, hey, no, man, like, send us your cards, $15 a card. We don't care if the card is this or that. Like, send it to us. We're going to grade it for $15. We're not going to charge you more if it's autographed. We're not going to, right? Like, they just, boom, get it to us, and we'll have it back to you with an appropriate grade in a couple weeks' time, right? So I think SGC is the way to go. Honestly, I do, especially for personal collection, stuff like that. Would I buy an already graded PSA card? Absolutely, right? Like, I've used them. I'm not opposed to using them. I just think that for what they charge and the way they do business, I can't justify giving them my money. So let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's a little different than what you're used to coming off this channel. So Keep collecting what you love. Stay invested in what you're doing. Stay safe. Lone Star Cards out.